Hello beautiful people, so today I'm back with another video. My name is Maribel, and if you're new to my channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this video, and let me know how your first time getting faded, lit, drunk went. And I hope you guys like this story time. Without further ado, let's get straight into this video. So the first time I got faded, like honestly, I was messed up. Like, I drank too much, okay? So let me just get into the story, and I'm gonna try to make it as detailed as possible so it could like be visualized and like you guys could imagine how it went down and stuff like that, because I feel like with my other story times I'm not as detailed, and I'm gonna try my best to be more detailed. Let's get into it. Okay, so I was 16 years old. Me and my homegirl were like, what the heck, we didn't celebrate Halloween that well, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, I was not really a drinker, but I wanted to drink for some reason. Like, I was like, yeah girl, let's drink, you know, but I had never drank that much or anything. So my homegirl was like, let's miss the next day of school and let's get drunk, like let's get a bottle. So we planned it out, right? We both missed school the next day, and I remember Halloween that day was on a Monday, so we didn't go to school on Tuesday. And we were like trying to find somebody to get us a bottle and everything, but we couldn't really find nobody. So we decided to meet up, and we both didn't have cars, we both didn't know how to drive, we were just 16, you know what I'm saying? So I walked halfway towards her house, and she walked halfway, like we met halfway because we lived kind of close, you know what I'm saying? But like walking is still kind of far, but it's still not that far, if you know what I mean. So we walked back to my house, and the original plan was that we were gonna drink at my house for a little bit, and then we were just gonna like go to the park. But by the time she was at my house and everything, because we also went to the store, looked at makeup and stuff like that, by the time she was at my house and everything, it was about to be the time that my mom gets out of work, which is like 2:30. So we were like, nah, let's just go to the park, and we could find somebody, like text somebody to get us the bottle. So we go and everything, we're just messaging people, and we're like, you know what, we're just gonna try to get the bottle ourselves, because like honestly everybody's faking, like nobody wants to get us the bottle, blah 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 blah, everybody's busy because you know it's Tuesday, people are at work, people are in school. My bad, I need to burp. We were at the park, and like there was a couple at the park that was like making out, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, whoa, like y'all getting too late, you feel me? We're trying to get late but drunk, like we're not trying to like see this Pornhub stuff at the park. It was like a couple, like they were full out making out, like they had the little picnic and stuff like that, and we were just like, okay, like y'all doing too goddamn much. So we decide to like walk a little bit and see if we can just find somebody in the street that will buy us a bottle, you feel me? And we see this guy, he's tall, like light skin, he's kind of like in his late 20s, and we were like, hey, what's up? And then he's like,
my name's Nasty,
like da 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 da, and we're like, okay. So we're like, can you get us a bottle? And he's like,
yeah, for sure, what y'all want?
and we're like, we don't know shit about bottles, so we're just like, just get us anything. He's like,
oh, the Amsterdam peach is on discount right now,
because you know how like the corner stores be having their little promotions or some shit like that, like one week the Bombay is gonna be on discount, the next week the Amsterdam, the next week is gonna be the Crown Royal. Well, this week was Amsterdam peach, so he gets us an Amsterdam peach. That junk was like this big, okay? So we say, you could keep the change, whatever, da 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 da, thank you, goodbye, bye bye, deuces, see you later, alligator, like adios. So we're like, damn, like we can't just be walking around with a big ass bottle, you feel me? So I always like wear like sweaters or like hoodies, so I was like, let's just say this is the bottle. I was like, okay, let's walk. So we were walking and stuff like that, and we just get back to the park, right? We're just gonna get faded, and they're like, damn, we didn't get a chaser, you feel me? But we both had Gatorades that we had brought from my crib just in case we got thirsty on the way like to the park and stuff like that. So we started like taking shots a little bit, but like using the Gatorade as a chaser, and that shit was nasty, like nasty. But I was like, dude, honestly, I don't feel this shit, like this bottle's weak. I feel like I was that bitch. I was like, hell nah, this shit's not strong whatsoever. And my homegirl's like, for reals though, like. So we were taking shots at first and mixing and like having the Gatorade as a chaser. We finished the Gatorades, so we ended up just taking shots. And then I was like, dude, I don't feel this shit. So I started chugging it, and she was like chugging it a little bit too. But I feel like I got way too carried away with the bottle. And she was on the phone arguing with her boyfriend that she had at the time. Like, they were arguing about some bullshit the whole goddamn time, no kidding. So I was just like, and then I was texting my guy best friend at the time, my homeboy that I knew from like back then and stuff like that, and my homegirl. I was just texting everybody. I was like, like, what you doing, da 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 da. So then I was like chugging it, and then I was like, you know what, like, this shit's like nothing, like. And she's like, you know what, like, try to walk and see if this shit's getting to you, because I feel like you could walk perfectly fine. And I was like, real talk. So I get up and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying, like,
I'm like, oh shit.
like, this shit's hitting me right now. And mind you, we're freaking drinking at a park, like, that's ghetto and everything, but like, we're 16, you know what I'm saying? We can't drink at our crib. We're gonna get, you know, by our parents. So I was just like, oh shit, this shit's hitting me low key. I need to chill. So instead of chilling, my dumbass keeps chugging, you feel me? It's a pretty big bottle, you know what I'm saying? So we're still drinking, and we are just chilling, you know, talking. I'm just like laughing. We're having a good time. Low key, she's not having a great time, but she's still having a good time because she's still arguing with her mans, you feel me, on the phone. And like, I could just hear them yelling back and forth, but like, I'm also in my own zone, like, ooh, you feel me? And we see these guys walking by, and like, they're just staring at us, and they're like,
Y'all wanna smoke?
and then I was like, I wanna get high today. And I was like, yeah, come over here, what's up? And they sit right in the table we're sitting at, and they have a little backpack, and I think they're gonna like get out a blunt or G, whatever. They have like a big zip bag with mini zip bags. Like, they have like their shit art, so like they look like they're the plug type of shit. But I was just like, okay, whatever, I don't give a fuck. So then they were rolling up and stuff, and my homegirl was like still arguing with her mans, but she was still trying to like talk to them. And like, at some point she hung up on her man for a while, because they were talking like the whole time, mainly, you know what I'm saying? So those two guys were just sitting right there, and they're like, oh, so what's up, like, you know, making small talk. And then I saw that the guy had a tattoo, and I'm like, what does your tattoo say? He's like, oh, it says my last name, da, 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 da. I'm like, oh, it's nice, blah blah blah. And so the guy, do you have tattoos? And he's like, yeah, I do, blah 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 blah. We tell them, oh, drink out the bottle. And then like, these bitches are like, well, me, I was already faded. I'm like, what the fuck, this bitch probably drunk. And then like, oh yeah. And then like, my homegirl was taking Snapchats and like videos of us like having fun, and he was like this, you know, and with the whole time we're like, oh shit. And then I was like, okay, don't drink the whole bottle, still leave some for us. And when we saw the video when we were sober, that guy was like this, like, he wasn't even drinking out that bitch. So he was probably scared to drink, or he just didn't want to drink. Cause anyway, so we're walking, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? And so my homegirl and them started, you know, like, but I didn't, because like, I wasn't really faded, you know what I'm saying? Like, So I was like, oh my gosh, I need to pee. So I was like, I'm gonna go pee. And my homegirl's like, where are you gonna go? I was like, there's, in that park, thankfully they have like a lot of trees, a lot of bushes, and there's like this area where it has a lot of bushes and a lot of trees around that area. So like, you could go in there and pee, and like, nobody will really see you unless they walk right next to you and shit like that. But they won't see you, you feel me? Because it's like, you know, covered up. So I go and I pee, and then I come back, and I could hear them saying, oh my gosh, should we go help your homegirl? And she's like getting up to help me, right? Because I was walking up and stuff like that. And then I was like, I suddenly fall, bro. I fall, but I get up, and then he's like, no, I got it, I'll go help your homegirl. Because she was already coming to pick me up and stuff, because I had fallen. So then he's like, Captain Save a Bitch. So he comes and helps me up a little bit, but I was low-key already getting up myself, and he's supposedly helping me like walk, but like, come on now, I can walk on my own. Like, I know I was drunk, but like, I ain't, you know what I'm saying, I don't need help in that much, okay? Not at that point yet, you know what I'm saying? I was still cool. So he's helping me walk supposedly. He's like, oh, here, you need help? And I was like, you know, and then I feel something right here, and it was him, like, he was like on my cheek, and I was like, this was my exact reaction. I was like, move, and I pushed him so hard. He got so mad. You should have seen that man's face. He was like mad, like pissed, like, boy, I am faded, but I still don't want you. Like, ugh, I hate guys like that they try to pull moves or stunts or whatever you want to call them just because they think you faded. Like, I didn't like you sober, I don't like you faded. And don't ever try to make a move on a girl because they're faded. Like, by your name, you're whack for that. So my homegirl was like, don't be trying to be all over her, you know, once. And then I sat down and everything. We're just talking at that point, and then they're like, we gotta go. And I was like, okay. And then like my homegirl, she called my homeboy that I was talking on the phone with. Like, she basically took the phone from him and from me to talk to him, and she's like, if you're really her friend, come, because like she's really drunk. I don't know why she had him like wanting to come so bad, but he pulled up, and at this point I was fucked up, okay? I was already fucked up already. Like, we had already drank the whole bottle, and I was trying to grab more, and I was like, oh shit, it's all gone. But like, honestly, I have drank most of it. My friend did drink up a bit, but I drank a lot more, and I was just messed up, and I was lightweight, so I was even more faded. And so my homeboy is like there, and I'm just like, at this point I'm on the floor, and I'm hugging my friend's leg, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like, I'm so fucked up, I'm probably like ruining the moment, I'm sorry best friend, I'm sorry. Oh my god, it goes from laughing crazy to crying, like, ugh. So I was like, dead ass drunk. So I was like, oh, sorry. And then he's like, what the fuck is going on? Y'all faded. He's like, damn, this is like the Jersey Shore type of shit. And then my homegirl's like, dude, it's not a joke. If you're gonna be joking, just leave. And then he's like, he stayed for a bit, and then he left. And my homie was like, oh hell no, like, let's just take you home, okay? So then thankfully she was a good friend, and we started walking to my house. I remember like we were walking, and like everything went like from that point on went slow motion, like from the point like going back home and stuff like that. And I remember like walking from the park home, but then I don't remember the point when we walked inside my house. You feel me? That part I don't remember, but I do know that she did take me home right away because of the time and everything. And this is what she told me. She said that first we walked into the neighbor's house on accident, and she had me laying down in the bed because it was like her first time coming into my house, and she was a little bit drunk too, so she was like thinking it's my room and stuff like in my house, so she confused my neighbor's house for mine because they kind of do look alike. And she had me laying down, and then I guess I told her, I'm like, this is not my room, and then she looked around, she's like, oh shit. She remembered because like some decorations in my room, she remembered that room didn't have a mirror and mine did and stuff like that. So then we walked down, and she brought me into my house, and she said as soon as we got there my mom was already cooking, and she's like, what's wrong with her, like esta que trae type of shit, you know? And then she told her, oh, she's sick. But my mom said that she told her like, oh, she's drunk, but I don't really care. Like, she was still like a really good friend, like for her, like taking me home, you know? She could have just left me there, and she didn't. She took me home, and she walked me to my room, and she said that she had me laying down on my bed, but then I was like, oh, like I was about to throw up, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was too much alcohol, like my body was probably rejecting it, and like how fast I drank it and everything. And I was not used to drinking back then, like, at all. So I sat, and then she sat me on the floor, and I started throwing up. And I remember I was wearing white Converse and like light blue jeans. I had to throw away the blankets. I had to throw away those shoes and those jeans because they were ruined. and I kept vomiting and vomiting, dude. Like, that shit was terrible and disgusting. And she was just sitting down here texting like her mans that she was arguing the whole time with to come pick her up. I guess my mom went to pick up my brother from school, and at that point my homegirl was trying to dip. Like, she didn't want no type of problems involved. Like, she's like trying to dip before my mom came back. She did. And my mom told her like, oh, I'll take you home once I go get my son from school, because it's about to be time. So yeah, we got drunk early too, you feel me? Like, we started drinking like at 1 in the afternoon and like stuff like that. So then yeah, dude, I was home and my mom came back from picking up my brother, and she came straight in here and she's like, what the fuck? Like, she was like, what is your problem? Why you drinking like that? What's wrong with you? If your friend didn't bring you, anything could have happened to you. Could have got killed, you could got kidnapped, like a guy could have took advantage of you. You don't get this drunk. And I agree, because I was fucked up. Like, like, you don't, ladies, don't ever drink to the point like get that messed up. I've never drank like that ever again. If you're gonna drink, make sure you're just tipsy. Don't get fucked up, especially if you're like around like people you don't trust or you don't know. Make sure you're always with somebody that you trust. Don't ever get fucked up to the point you're fucked up to the max. Make sure you're still conscious of what you're doing. And yeah, I was throwing up for like what felt hours. And my mom came in here, she was like cussing me out, yelling at me, and she just went like hard. And I knew it was hard because I went like that, you know, like my whole body like went down. And she goes like that again. She slapped me 3 times hard as fuck, and I started crying. Not because the fact that it hurt, because I was that fucking drunk that I couldn't feel her hitting me. Okay, that's how bad of a drunk I had, that I couldn't feel the fucking putazos. So I was that fucking drunk, and I started crying because the fact that the thing she was saying was true. Like, I had disappointed her, I felt stupid, and because she was hitting me. So I knew she was hitting me, so that's why I cried, because I knew she was hitting me, she was disappointed, and she had to call me fucked up. And that it was just a mess, you know. And yeah, she hit me, and I was like, damn, I learned my lesson. I'm like, hell no, I'm never coming home drunk ever again. And yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know how was your first experience of being drunk. And see you guys next time. Bye, guys.